Well, that sucks. We have the Panthers pick. Unfortunately, New Jersey will have the top lottery odds. We finished in the bottom 5, though. Carolina had us beat on tiebreaker. But I really wanted those number 1 odds. Unfortunately, New Jersey will walk away with those top lottery odds. In terms of the boys for this season, 60 points for JVR with 23 goals. You had 44 points for Nazem Kadri and William Nylander in his rookie year. You had Bozak on 43, Lupul on 42, 40 points for Kapanen as a rookie. Matthews with 39 as well, so it won't be a Calder for Austin Matthews, but he is up to an 86, which is awesome. Colin Smith had a pretty good year. Lucas Sutter, 93 penalty minutes. That is a physical boy. Byron Fraz, 1 game, 1 goal, but a -4. Holy shit. That's a very impressive stat line. Defensively, 43 points for Morgan Riley, which was more than everybody else combined. Obviously, we traded away quite a few defensemen mid-season. But, yeah, not great. Morgan and the boys. Goalie-wise, 4 shutouts on the year. Saros actually got some game time and was lights out. Vizantine was honestly pretty solid, too. I think Mark Vizantine's who we have to blame for, not being the worst team in the league. Oh my god, that glitch is going on again. There we go. That is so weird. See, for the forwards, the leading point getter, Rick Nash. You also had Daniel Sedin, Detroit Red Wings legend, Tyler Seguin, Claude Giroux, and tied with 74 points, Jake Voracek and Philip Forsberg. In terms of the goal scoring king, it was Rick Nash, Jason Pominville, Jeff Carter, Evgeny Malkin, and Nathan McKinnon. Again, scoring was lower at the time. Defensively, Erik Karlsson led the way in terms of points. Then you had PK Subban, Drew Doughty, Christopher Letang, and Mike Green. Shout out to John Klingberg as well. And for the goalies, a couple of goalies with quite a few assists, no goalie goals. Shutout leader with 10, Craig Anderson, Pekka Rinne. And the save percentage king amongst starters would have been Peter Mrazek and Henrik Lundqvist. 933 for Lundqvist, which is pretty damn impressive. And for the rookie race, 50 points for Oscar Lindberg. Also Joe Blandisi, Shane Prince, William Nylander, and Nick Patan as the top 5. So, yeah, decent little rookie class. AHL, by the way, 29, 38, and 5. So definitely no playoffs for the Marlies. They were led in scoring by Andreas Janssen. You had Connor Brown, Dmytro Timashov up there. So, 28 or 20 points for Line A, -31, which is brutal. Where was Austin? He was not great. He was okay, but he wasn't Calder shoo-in Austin Matthews, unfortunately. But in the meantime, while the playoffs sim, allow me to text Sin and laugh at him for the Sharks actually winning. Actually, I'll just put Blues lol. There we go. It's the best way to go about it. Taunt the Blues, not the Sharks, even though it screws over the Sharks massively that the Blues are getting absolutely pooped on. Oh, goodness. Let's see. The response was we may never lose again as well, which is delightful. Delightful. Thank God that the sim speed's faster than it was in the 360 era. Again, we're on a superior console, so it makes sense, but all right, let's see who wins the Stanley Cup this year. It was Minnesota last year, if I am not mistaken. So, Who's going to win it in 2017, and why will they rhyme with the Schmittsburg Schmenguins? And it doesn't. It is the Los Angeles Kings, who have won the Stanley Cup in June of 2017. The Kings have done it, winning over Detroit in 5 games in the final. You can tell because of the W next to their logo. How else would you know who won the series? There you go. The LA Kings, Stanley Cup champions. Take a look at that roster here. Led by Tanner Pearson, Jeff Carter, Drew Doughty, Dustin Brown, Anze Kopitar, Joachim Anderson. God, when Marian Gabourik's not even that good for you. And, of course, goaltender Jonathan Quick. And Jonathan Quick. In terms of the award winners, back-to-back Western Conference championships. And now, technically, in this reality, it's been 5 straight. Actually, 6 straight. LA, Chicago, Minnesota, LA. God damn. So the Bruins are the most recent Eastern Conference team to win a championship. Rick Nash, your Art Ross winner. Hart winner, Rick Nash. The Norris to Erik Karlsson. The Bing doesn't matter. The Calder to Oscar Lindberg. Conn Smythe to Jonathan Quick. The Vezina to Tuukka Rask. And yet Boston Sports Radio will still say he's the problem. The Selke to Jonathan Taves. Ted Lindsay to Rick Nash. Rocket Richard to Rick Nash. In the AHL, it was the Manitoba Meese who won the Calder Cup. You had Brandon Montour as the top point getter as a defenseman. League MVP, though, was Daniel Catanacci. The top goal scorer, Mitch Callahan. Top rookie, Mitch Callahan. Top defenseman, Brandon Montour. Top goaltender, Chad Johnson. And the MVP of the playoffs, Michael Hutchinson. Michael Hutchinson. You'll love to see it. I just saw JVR at an 88 overall. So let's go ahead. And before we get to this draft, we need to look at ye old progress reports. What do we got? Jen's Lock improved quite a bit. So did Forsling, Kasha, Valiev. Goodness. Lupul has started to decline, unfortunately. I didn't expect him to start dropping off at 33. But some pretty good improvement. And then the system, Timashov up to a 77 off of natural growth. Got Howden at a 75. Up to a 72. We got a lot of prospect development here as well. Wheels, it was during and after, but we didn't mention it too much. Like the end result was mentioned, but Nylander up to an 81, not bad. We got a lot of prospect development. Hot damn. Hot damn. This does look to be a pretty good game and a pretty fun game to kind of build a team from nearly the ground up. Not entirely, but it's not quite a draft to glory. But I actually didn't run draft to glories in this era. That was NHL 17, 18. But no lottery, no like, hey, here's who retired outside of what's listed there. Let's see what we got going on. Have we any lottery luck? We have the 2nd and 3rd pick. So we technically won the lottery. But Washington has the top pick still. The top 5 projected. Oh, man. Nolan Patrick. Max Comtois. Timothy Liljegren. Ian Scott. And Stuart Skinner are your top 5 projected players. The top 10 rounds out with Juuso Valimaki, Jorgen Lindberg, Cal Foote, Matthew Strome, and Nikita Papugayev. I mean, Liljegren and Scott would be funny because Leafs prospects. I need to see if the Caps want to trade that pick, though. Oh my God, they do. Now's the time to trade JVR. Now's the time. Man, they want to trade Max Jones, too. I mean, I can take on that Brooks Orpik contract. Right now, Justin Williams is pissed at them. I can easily take on Williams. And I can take on Brooks Orpik. No problem there. I mean, JVR for that pick would be great, but they also want to trade away Max Jones. Do I have any way to pull that off? I don't think I do. It would require that third pick. Then the argument is like, well, those picks could be anything. It could be Max Jones. JVR for their first. Florida's first for Jones. I need to hand them another pick to pull off this or another player to pull off this madness. What about Anton Bleed? JVR for the pick. We take on Max Jones because, I mean, you get a medium elite player at a discounted value. It's worth it. Do they take this straight up? I don't want to have to add too much else because at that point it won't be worth it for us. But we can look. Marner's is 78. Christ. What about Eric Chernak? Is Chernak enough? Quite far off. About a second from LA. Quite far off. All right, so the whole go for Max Jones thing probably won't happen. But JVR for the first overall pick looks like it could go through. That could go through. That's pretty damn close. JVR for the first overall pick. It's close. It is very close. Got the G's for the raid, by the way. What's going on? What about Buffalo's fifth? Is that enough? If we were ever going to trade JVR, now's the time to do it. There it is. JVR and 2 fifth-round picks for the first overall pick and the contract of Brooks Orpik. We have the first 3 picks in this draft. A lot of players are going to be pissed that we traded away JVR, but that is going to allow us to take Nolan Patrick first overall. That is the way. Nolan Patrick is our guy. We'll see what his overall is. If I can even see it yet. I don't think I can. Can't see it yet. Well, I'm now afraid to have these draft picks. Maybe we should have traded them. For Leafs-related memeage, we will go for Timothy Liljegren. Well, let's see if we can go 0 for 3. Turns out I should have traded the picks. Let's take Ian Scott. Oh, the players we could have acquired had we traded the picks. It's not too late to back out and do this draft over again, is it? That hurts quite a bit. Needless to say, I won't be trading up. The Devils take medium elite Max Comtois. The Blue Jackets at 5.
Emotional damage.
Okay.
What was that?
There were 2 good players in the first round of this draft. They were both projected top 5. We had 3 picks at the top 5. And we selected the 3 not as good ones.
Emotional.
I am Don Sweeney. No, we're not going to redo it. We will accept defeat. It would have been nice to trade the picks, but it is what it is. We do have the 10th overall pick. I do need to check the value of this pick. There are some players there that are certainly interesting. We might as well just make the pick and hope for the best. All right. So, obviously Cal Foote is the last player less than the top 10. There is also Nick Suzuki, Michael Rasmussen, Christian Vesalainen, Anna Coyne, Jesper Boqvist, Dawson Holt, Urho Vakanainen, Jared Anderson Dolan, Jacob Lapierre, Michael DiPietro, Ralph Lees, not even Raphael Lees, Matt Wedman, Jockton Cheney, and then it drops down to first to second round projections. It's gotta be Cal Foote. What's the worst that could happen? We have another pick. Montreal gets medium elite Ostap Safin with the 25th pick. I starter Michael DiPietro, Velarde not so good. Nico Hischier, 22nd overall, medium top 9. Vakanainen, Anderson Dolan, Boqvist, Suzuki was a medium top 6. Holt, medium 9. Wedman, Coyne, Cheney, Lees, Rasmussen, and Lapierre. This has been the biggest troll draft. 5 first-round picks. We haven't taken a single medium elite. There's one dude left, projected outright first round. First to second round, Igor Butsayev, Torsten Dansk, Stelio Matheos, Marcus Lindgren, Noah Fox. There's a lot of generated dudes. That's Kylie Yamamoto and Jack Studnick at the bottom. Vesalainen. Well, Patrick, Liljegren, Scott, Foote, and Vesalainen. I'm not restarting. I'm not even the one that created that poll. I'm not restarting. We are accepting this for what it is. It's not like people were like, this draft sucks, trade the picks. People were excited at the idea of getting the first overall pick. We got jebaited by a bad draft. Kylie Yamamoto off the board. A lot of these potentials suck. We were jebaited by the first year draft, where most of the potentials were fucking awesome. You get to this draft, these potentials suck ass. Second round, who do we have? Eugene McKinnon, Cale Fleury, Kyle McLean, Nick Deacon Poots, and Lias Anderson. I mean, Nick Deacon Poot, right? With the name, it's got to be Deacon Poot. You can't not take Deacon Poot. Medium bottom 6. Fuck me. We do have another pick of the second round. Oh my god, dude. These are second round picks. Jesus Christ. This is the worst draft I've ever seen. How is it so bad? Second to third round. Who do we got? Nobody real. Oh my god. The players we could have gotten if we traded away these picks. Well, can we trade this second round pick for the Ducks second rounder next year and a 5th? Literally, just give me a second rounder next year. There we go. We'll swap out for next year's draft. Don't worry about it. We'll go all the way to the 4th round. We'll take a look back at other names. Actually, we can do it now because at least we can see potentials. Obviously, I'm not going to call out everybody, but Dylan Dubé is off the board. Kenzie Entwistle, Cole Lind. Dude, all these potentials are fucking tragic. Jesus. Lucas Johansson, Jake Paquette. This is probably the worst draft I've ever seen. Holy shit. All right. Who's left? 4th round projections. We go until we see the name McDonald. Pascal Laberge, Antoine Morand, Teasdale, Brennan Manel, Dakota Krabs, Will Bitton, Maxim Grigorenko, Kyle Uchuk, Matt Phillips, Jean-Sebastian. I mean, would it be Taillefer? JST. Taylor Ford. Simon Messier. Alex DiCarlo. Alex Breton. Gabriel Bilodeau. Hakon Nilsson. Tyfer, I guess. Cool. Jean-Christophe Thiviech. Trevor Hay. John Smart. Danny Gattenby. Gordy Ballhorn. The ultimate Canadian, Gordy Ballhorn. Also, we're totally in undrafted players accidentally. Fuck. It was just fun to look at random names. Let's go for... was Nick Hague down there? I didn't see him. What do we got in 4th to 5th round? We don't. Oh my God, 4th to 5th round is Nick Hague. Well, oh man, Owen Tippett's there too. It's not Grigorenko. No, he was prior drafts. We're going for my boy Nick Hague. We have Nick Hague and Matt Spencer on the same team. Love me some Nick Hague. Again, this is shaping up to be the worst draft I've ever seen in a video game. Jesus. And it just had to happen in a year where I had 5 first-round picks. Deke, I just Don Sweeney'd this draft. You missed it. Hello, by the way, handsome. How did you enjoy FHM? Let's take Owen Tippett. Yeah, Deke, this is how we started off this draft. So, oh, Deke, it gets better. Wait until you see the potentials for picks 4 and 5. It's been a fun time. It's been a real fun time, let me tell you. We have fun here. Only the Leafs. Only the Leafs. Who else do we have in round 4? All right, Manella's off the board. Luke Boca. Let's go for Uchuk, maybe? What do we got in the 5th round? Is that Pezzetta? Mike Pezzetta, the Pez dispenser. There we go. We'll steal him from Montreal. Fuck you, Montreal. He's ours now. What else do we got? 4th to 5th round. Is that Owen Lane? It is Owen Lane. Weird. Oscar Steen? Bruins legend Oscar Steen. Logan Stanley. He's fucking huge. Alan Zarshack. Roberts is always around in these games. Let's go for Logan Stanley. He's fucking huge. You can't teach size. Draft Logan Stanley like it's 1997. Don't worry about it. We'll take Oscar Steen. Get some Bruins representation. This is literally going to go down as the worst draft in the history of video games. So if you play NHL 16, year 2 draft, you get high picks, trade them away. Trade them away as fast as you can. Because this draft is absolutely horrific. Is that Mac Hollowell? It is Mac Hollowell. But the Leafs did take in this draft. Freaking Morgan Frost is way down here. Jesus, we'll take Morgan Frost. Christ alive. Oh, this draft is so bad. Christian Reichel. Philip Ronick. The hardest slap shot of all time. Low AHL top 2. Jesus. Definitely have some familiar names. Vieni Vivalainen. Well, let's go for Vieni Vivalainen. We got a goalie in the mix. Oh, good. Back-to-back picks. Yay. There's so many good players I want to draft. Oh, isn't there? Shout out to Roberta. The old Roberta, sorta. What a name. Well done. God, who do we... League interest. Fedor Gurdiev! Fedor Gurdiev forever. We're taking Fedor Gurdiev. Maine Mariners legend. How do you feel about the Oakland Athletics going to Vegas? It is what it is. Their owner's terrible, so it was pretty expected. Could go for Yanni Kuokkanen. Dave Fernandez. Go for Yanni Kuokkanen, I guess. Why not? I mean, we know pretty much all these guys are going to be absolutely terrible. I so wish I had traded for Max Jones and so many other possibilities, but I didn't. And now here we are. I did just see Harvey Pinard. Connor Bunneman. Any other super fun names that EA said was going to be trash? Any other ones? There's a lot of familiar names here, but I want a big name. I don't think I'm going to get one. When Nate Schnarr is one of the big... Carbonara! That's Adrian Carbonara! Christ. What a name. What a name, what a name. This is also known as me desperately scrambling to try and find someone that I can at least meme. Because this is the worst draft I've ever seen. Fergus. Also, I apparently went past someone named McPhail. Connor Timmins, Leafs legend. Connor Timmins. Low AHL top 6. And that wraps up the worst draft of all time. The absolute worst draft of all time. Bad enough that chat voted to restart. But we won't. We'll deal with it in therapy.